5:02 a.m. 5 Ukrainian drones lift off from Kherson, climbing into the pre-dawn darkness. Their target is a massive oil storage facility in Crimea, but standing in their way is a Russian Zoopark counter-battery radar, capable of tracking artillery shells in mid-air. The Ukrainians know they will be spotted. In fact, they are counting on it. At 18 kilometers out, the Zoopark radar picks them up. The computer analyzes the climb rate, 45-degree angle, initial velocity 180 meters per second. It runs the ballistic math that has worked since World War I. Projectile goes up, projectile comes down. The computer screams a warning: inbound HIMARS rockets. The flight profile is a perfect match. The Russian operator panics. A HIMARS strike means precision destruction. He hits the alarm. 40 seconds to impact. 30, 20, then nothing. The radar tracks simply vanish mid-air. The operator is baffled. Rockets don't just disappear. Then the realization hits him. These weren't dumb rockets following gravity. They were smart drones that just dove below his radar horizon. They had mimicked the terrifying signature of American artillery to force the Russians to look for the wrong threat. While the Zoopark operator is chasing ghosts, the drones are now skimming the waves at 20 meters altitude. An Army maritime radar picks them up 80 kilometers out. But what are they? They are flying the wrong way for returning Russian jets. They are too slow to be missiles. They match the speed of a Ukrainian drone, but also a Russian Orlan 10. In a war saturated with flying robots, everyone is confused. The radar operator marks them as unknown/probable hostile and calls for backup. A Russian Su-30 fighter jet from Belbek Air Base gets the call. Intercept and investigate. His pilot pushes his throttles and banks west. His N011M bars radar is a monster, capable of spotting a bomber 140 kilometers away, but it was built to find big metal targets. These drones are made of composite materials, plastic and fiberglass. They reflect almost no radar energy. He switches to his infrared search and track. Nothing. The drone's tiny electric motors are barely warmer than the morning air. They are invisible to thermal sensors. Finally, at 8 kilometers, he spots them with his own eyes. 5 dark specks against the gray sea. He has 30 seconds to decide, friend or foe. He tries his IFF, identification, friend or foe interrogator. No response. He analyzes their speed, 150 kilometers per hour. Could be enemy, could be a Russian unit with a broken radio. He checks his weapons. Heat-seeking missiles? Useless against cold engines. Radar-guided missiles? They need a solid lock. These plastic drones won't give. The 30mm cannon? He is flying at 400 kilometers per hour. They are doing 150. Trying to hit them with a gun would be like trying to shoot a mailbox while riding a bullet train. He calls base for orders. They hesitate. Hold fire. Don't shoot our own guys. While they argue, the pilot drops in behind the drones to get a closer look. But in the stress of the moment, he forgets one fatal detail. He left his own IFF transponder on standby. To the S-400 missile battery at Yevpatoria, he is now just an unidentified fast mover maneuvering aggressively near a strike package. The S-400 operator is watching a nightmare scenario, a group of slow drones escorted by a mysterious fighter. It looks exactly like a Ukrainian attack run. He queries the pilot. Identify. Silence. The pilot is busy flying. The operator makes a choice based on probability. If it's not squawking friendly, it's hostile. Launch. 2 massive 48 N6DM missiles roar out of their tubes, accelerating to Mach 6. One missile targets the drone cluster, but the drones are too slow. The missile's computer, designed to kill supersonic jets, can't calculate an intercept for something crawling at sub-highway speeds. It misses. The second missile, however, has a perfect lock on the Su-30. The pilot sees the launch warning. He flips his IFF on, screaming friendly on the radio. Too late. Russian missiles don't have an abort button. Once it's off the rail, it's a kill vehicle. He dumps chaff. He fires flares. He dives. It doesn't matter. The missile ignores it all. At 1,000 meters, he pulls the ejection handle. The jet disintegrates in a fireball. The air defense network is now in total chaos. Commanders are screaming about a downed fighter. Rescue choppers are scrambling. Nobody is watching the 5 drones. They turn east, heading for the Gvardeysk oil depot. Only the Pantsir C1 crew at the depot is paying attention. The guard hears a hum. Engines. The radar snaps on. 5 targets, 7 kilometers out. The Pantsir is a beast. Guns and missiles in one truck, but it can only guide 4 missiles at a time. There are 5 drones. The operator fires 2 missiles. Boom! 2 drones are shredded. 3 left. He switches to the twin 30mm cannons, spitting 5,000 rounds per minute. A wall of tungsten tears into a 3rd drone. It spirals down, crashing into a tank, but failing to destroy it. 2 left.
The drones enter their terminal dive. The Pantsir's guns try to track up, but they hit their elevation limit. The drones are in the blind spot, directly overhead. They cut their engines. Silent death. Drone 1 hits tank number 3. The warhead detonates inside the vapor space. The tank doesn't just burn, it splits open like a ripe fruit. 2,500 cubic meters of diesel erupts into a mushroom cloud. Drone 2 hits tank number 11, aviation fuel. This burns hotter, faster. The thermal pulse ignites the venting vapors of the tanks next to it. In seconds, the depot is erased. The Russian Air Force at Belbek is grounded not because they lost planes to enemy fire, but because they have no gas. The Ukrainians used a handful of plastic drones to trick a billion-dollar air defense system into shooting down its own fighter, and then burned the fuel that kept the rest of them flying. If you like deep dive in military, please don't forget like, comment, share, and subscribe for more informative videos. Thanks for watching.